Welcome everyone to this class with the Blossom Yoga Center. This is part 2 of a class sequence that was taught at the fall retreats at Sacred Grove in 2022. So as we said in the previous class, the purposes of these classes are to prepare the body and with strength and flexibility to be able to sit comfortably in a meditative posture for a period of time. So Patanjali talks about Sthiram Sukham Asanam, that the asana that we sit in, one has to be stable and strong, and one also has to be comfortable and flexible. So in this class, we're actually going to warm up our body, just actually remaining in a seated posture. So we're not going to be doing standing asanas today, we'll actually just be doing seated and laying down asanas. So with that said, just remember that as we do the practice, to practice ahimsa, kindness to your body, making sure that if something isn't working for you, you modify it or you abstain from it. And secondly, if, as I instruct in the breathing, if your breathing is longer or shorter, please adjust in a way that works for you, okay? Because all of our body types are different. So now you can settle down on your seat. You may close your eyes, or you can lower your gaze. And let's just begin by getting the posture correct, making sure that your body is flat on the floor or the chair. You can choose any comfortable seated posture. Even a chair is fine. And feeling the strength at the base of your spine, make sure that the spine is straight at the base, and then lift up vertebra by vertebra. You may even imagine a string is pulling the top of your head to elongate your spine. And let's take a few deep breaths. Just letting go of our day, letting go of anything we've been doing prior to now. Taking a slow, deep breath in through your nostrils and exhale from your mouth. Two more times, inhale through the nostrils. And exhale through the mouth. Once more, and when you exhale, make sure you release stress and tension. Well done. Shifting your awareness to the sensations in your body. Noticing the parts of your body that feel tight or uncomfortable. Not judging, not trying to change it, just feel it. And now noticing the parts of your body that are comfortable, relaxed. Shifting your awareness to your breath. Try not to change the breathing, but just observe it as it is. And shifting your awareness to the center of your heart, allow your heart to become soft and gentle. You may feel the loving presence that's within your heart. the connection to this presence. You may place your hands over your heart, or you may place your palms together in Pranam Mudra. Continuing to keep your spine straight, we're going to chant Om together 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Just feeling the buzz or the vibration of the sound of Om. And you may mentally chant a prayer or an intention or a mantra. And when you're ready, you can relax your hands and open your eyes. So once again, we're going to start today's warm-up with neck movements. The same neck movements we did in the previous class, we're going to repeat again, but this time in the seated posture. So to get the most out of this, keeping your spine straight, you can place your hands on your knees. Now, if you're not in a cross-legged position, if you're in a different position, the hands can still remain on the knees, whether you're in a chair or you're in a kneeling posture, whatever that may be. So let's begin by taking our head forward and back. Inhale, keeping your head in neutral. Exhale, bring your head forward, chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift your head up, chin up, just taking your head as far back as you can without straining, enjoying the stretch. Exhale, head forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last round. And exhale, bring your head back to neutral. Now we're going to tilt our head from side to side. So this is a lateral bend of the neck. Inhale, head in the center. Exhale, bring your ear towards the shoulder, chin facing forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, up. And 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Consciously relaxing your shoulders. Unclenching your jaw. And head back to center. Well done. Now we're going to open up the shoulders. So we're going to do first opening up the shoulders through shoulder rotations. So extend your arms in front, turn the palms up. Inhale here, exhale, bring your hands on your shoulders. Now we're going to do shoulder rotations. So if you have any injury in your shoulder or you have a frozen shoulder, just be mindful. Take your arms up only as far or as out wide as you comfortably can. And if it's quite severe, I would suggest you may want to avoid it. So bringing your elbows together, we're going to begin by exhaling, dropping our elbows down. Inhale, lift your elbows up as out and wide as possible, pointing them towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring them back down. That's one round. Inhale and exhale, second round. Inhale and exhale. Well done. And let's reverse. Inhale, lift these arms up. Exhale, unclenching the jaw. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Well done. If you need to, you can move your shoulders a bit, release them. And now we're going to do the next opening up of our shoulders and our hands and elbows. So here we're going to interlock our fingers and turn our fingers outwards. Now this can be a little challenging, especially if you have arthritis. So just do it as much as you can. You may not be able to push your hands as much. You may need to bend your elbows a bit so that you can get some amount of movement. If it's just too hard for you to turn your palms outwards, then you can keep your hands inwards. Now, with keeping your arms out and up, and remember you can do it the other way, we're going to inhale and lift our hands up. So this is the starting position for this next posture. So here, trying to keep our elbows as straight as possible, we inhale, lift up, and exhale and relax. So the same goes as before. If you have trickiness in your shoulders, you can do the same thing with your hands in front of your body and just stretch it out front and release. So let's do it together. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. Inhale, stretching the arms up. Exhale and release. So you're dropping the shoulders and relaxing the elbows a little bit. Inhale, stretching up, straighten the elbows, lift the shoulders. Exhale and relax. Inhale, stretch up towards the ceiling and exhale and relax. Well done. Now the next part of this sequence is we're going to do the same inhale posture. However, on the exhale, we change it a little bit. So inhale, we stretch the hands up. Exhale, the elbows go out and the hands go behind the head. Now, if you'll notice, my palms are still facing up as they remain behind my head. Now, this can be a little difficult. So as you bring your hands down, if you cannot maintain your palms facing up, it's okay if you release your hands a bit and just bring them down however you can. Alternatively, just bring them down to the point where they get to your head, or just bring them down as far as you possibly can. Now for those of you who cannot lift your shoulders up, just lift your hands up as high as possible and do the same thing. So you push your hands out and then you bend your elbows and bring your hands as close to your chest as possible. So let's do this one. We're going to start with our hands up here, or choosing your position. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, taking the hands behind the head. Try not to bend your head forward, open the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now it's common, you may feel a little tingling or a little discomfort as you do this. Don't worry too much unless it's acutely painful. Inhale up, exhale down, and this time we're going to hold it. Your arms might be aching by now, it's okay. Inhale, stretch up. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Bring the elbows out, hands down, holding it. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath, just the posture. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Inhale, stretch up, release the hands, bring it down, and your hands are probably quite sore, hands, elbows, everything, so give them a nice shake. So one thing I want to say about this is actually quite a difficult posture to do. However, it's very, very good for us. Now that we're spending so much time hunched and looking at our phones or on our laptops, this reverses all of those different aspects. But it is very demanding, so do it with care. Okay, so next we're going to warm up our, open up our hips. So we're going to do half and full butterfly or Ardh and Poorn Titli Asana. So we're going to stretch our leg in front of our body. So actually let me do the other leg. So you extend one leg and place your opposite foot on top of your thigh. Now it can be a little hard to place your foot on top of your thigh, so if you cannot get it there, it's okay to keep the foot besides the thigh. We then hold the knee and hold the foot. So if you can keep it on your thigh, this is what it looks like. Now with the leg that's extended, please pull the toes in and pull your kneecaps down so that the muscles in the leg are activated. Holding the knee and the foot, we're just going to start by bouncing the knee up and down. So with the momentum in the muscles will start to open up a little bit and warm up. We're doing this for 5 counts. And then we stop and try pushing your knee down. So you may want to lean forward a little bit with your spine. Push the knee down, opening the hips up as much as you can. And then pull the knee towards your chest. So just hug it as close to you as you can, keeping your spine straight. And relax. Well done. And let's switch sides. So once again, opposite foot on the thigh, or you can keep it next to the thigh. You can hold your foot and your knee and pull your foot towards you, and we're going to bounce the knee up and down. Now remember, if something here doesn't work for you, you can avoid or skip this posture. And pause, pushing your knee down as far as you can. Try not to be too aggressive with it. Just push it down as much as you can with care. And then pull your knee up, hugging it, feeling the stretch in your outer hip, perhaps even in your lower back, and release, stretching your legs forward. Now we're going to do full butterfly. I'll do this facing you. So we're going to bring both feet in front of our body and hold our feet. Now for some of you, you may be able to bring your heels quite close to your pelvic area. For others, the feet might be out wide quite a bit. Whatever you can do is completely fine. And for some of us, the knees are going to come down quite a bit. For others, the knees may be up here. You can do the posture regardless of where your starting position is. So, holding your feet, let's begin. Inhale and keep breathing normally, just bouncing your knees up and down. And if you're struggling to sit in this position, you can also actually sit on a fat cushion underneath or even a block. Sometimes raising the hips assists with letting the knees come out wide a little bit more. And relax. And now we're going to lean forward and push our knees down. Now here you can use your hands to push your knees down, or you can use your elbows to push your knees down. Depending on how your body is structured, one will be easier than the other. So pushing the knees down, we're going to hold this for 5. Keep breathing normally. And release, and slowly close your knees and give your knees a tight hug. So just releasing that stretch and relax. Well done. So next we're going to warm up our spine. So here we're going to do a cow sequence. So this is the cow position. And from here we're going to move into different postures. So the first posture we're going to do is we're going to do cow and cat. Now you can keep your toes pointed, or you can keep your toes tucked in. and you're going to keep your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. Now, if you have, again, arthritis in your wrists or any injuries in your wrists, you may best need to avoid this. It is quite a bit of pressure on the hands. However, for everyone else, you should be comfortable. Now, if you do have difficulty in your wrists and knees and you still want to try it, you can place a blanket, put a folded blanket underneath your hands and underneath your knees, or you can double or triple up on your mat so that you have more cushioning. So when we come into cow, we lower our stomach and lift our chest. And when we come into cat, we lift our spine and drop our head. So that's simple enough. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. Inhale, dropping your stomach, breathing in, lift your head. Exhale, lifting the spine and drop your head. Inhale, drop the spine. Exhale, lift the spine. Lift from the lumbar spine, from your lower back if you can. Try not to lift from the thoracic, the upper back, but the lower back. Inhale. So bend down from your lower back, tilting your pelvis inward. And exhale, last round, lifting the spine, dropping the head. And inhale, coming back. Well done. So now we're going to do a cow to child sequence. So here again, this will be the starting posture in cow. But when we go into child, we're going to take our hips towards our heels. You can point your toes if you want and bring your head to the ground. Now for most of us, this can actually be quite difficult. So if you want, you can place a blanket underneath your knees, underneath your ankles or on top of your heels. You can also place a cushion there. And when you come down here, if your head doesn't touch the ground, it's okay if it remains hanging. We're not going to be holding child pose, or also known as balasana. So we'll just be going in dynamically. So inhale, we're in cow. Exhale, go down into child. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Well done. Inhale, up. The third part of this sequence is going to be cow to mountain pose. Mountain pose is also known as downward dog. So here we start in cow like before. Make sure your toes are tucked in for this one. And when we exhale, we lift our knees off the ground, hips up, drop our head and try and bring our chest as close to the knees as possible. So please avoid looking at your hands and try and keep your knees straight. However, if you have any pinched nerves or tightness in your lower back or hamstrings, you may want to bend the knees. It's fine for your heels to come off the ground, but if you can push them towards the floor, you can try and do that. So with this mountain pose or parvatasana or downward dog, whatever you wish to call it, it's important that if you have high blood pressure or if you have any cardiac issue, just to be careful while you're doing it, because it can place a lot of pressure on the heart and even in the head in terms of the blood coming down. So let's do this sequence. We're going to do it 3 times and then we're going to end with holding mountain pose or parvatasana. Inhale, we're coming into cow, dropping the belly, lifting the head. Exhale, lift the knees, drop the head. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And last round, inhale. And this time we're going to move into holding the posture. Exhale. And if you're comfortable, let's hold it. 4, 5, 4, 3,
3, trying to be as still as possible, letting your mind be with the posture and the breath. And 1. Inhale, bring your knees down and take a nice rest. If you're comfortable resting in Balasana, child's pose, you can bring your hips to your heels and you can place your head on the ground. Now to hold this posture is a little different. You can bring your knees out wide to create some space for your belly so you can breathe more deeply. And you can make a pillow with your hands or a towel with your fists to be able to rest your head. You can even place your chin on your palms so that your head can relax. So choosing the posture for you, just rest in this pose. Completely relaxing your back, shoulders. And slowly coming up. And we're now going to do our next asana, which is a tabletop and balancing tabletop sequence. So now we've warmed up with some dynamic movement. We're now going to start holding the asanas. So the benefit of holding an asana is it actually develops more strength and stamina. So it's about mental focus and mental will and stamina when we keep our mind focused on something that's difficult. So the first asana we're going to do here is building up to balancing tabletop. So that's Dandayamana, Brahmasana. So tabletop is Brahmasana. So we're starting with tabletop. So this is similar to what we were doing before. You're just on your knees and your hands. But instead of letting your spine go down or up, you keep the spine in neutral position. So let's just hold this for a few breaths, just feeling what a neutral spine is like. You can gaze at the front of your mat. And once again, you may want to avoid this if you have weakness in your wrists and you're not comfortable holding your weight. Now from here, I want you to take one leg back and place the toe on the ground and push the heel towards the ground. So now if you'll notice, my foot is at an angle. It's not that my toes are back and my heel is forward. It's the other way around. My toes are forward and my heels are back. So I push my heels back and feel a nice stretch in the back of my calf. And we hold it here. And well done. You can release that knee, place it back on your mat and switch sides. So once again, placing the toes on the ground, facing forward and push the heel back. So your ankle should be at an angle with the toes forward and the heels back. Push back as far as you can, keeping the rest of your body stable and static, and enjoy the stretch in your calf. And release. So from here we're going to make it a little more difficult. So if you can go along with me, you're welcome to. Otherwise you can repeat the previous practice. So here we're going to raise each leg up one at a time. So let's begin lifting the first leg up. Try to straighten your knee. You can relax your ankle, looking 1 foot ahead of your hands, 1 to 2 feet. And be here. Now it's normal to feel wobbly. If you're feeling a little wobbly, just tighten the muscles in your abs and your glutes and push your shin down into your mat. Push your shin
and the back side of your bottom foot into the mat to assist with stability. And gently release. We're going to bring that knee down and we're going to do the other side. Keeping the ankle relaxed, knee straight, looking 2 feet ahead of your hands. You can tighten the muscles in your abs and glutes. Push the shin and the back of the lower foot into the mat to assist with stability. And bringing it down. Now you may want to take a rest at this point. If you want to do so, you're welcome to go into Balasana, child's pose. Otherwise, we're going to do one final version of this. This is the final position of balancing tabletop. So here you're going to extend your front leg and extend the opposite hand. Here, if you can, have your palm facing inwards, and we're holding it here. And bringing the hand down, knee down, and opposite. Relaxing the ankle, extending the opposite arm, palm facing inwards, knee and elbow straight. And relax, and you can rest in child's pose. Again, if you need to grab any cushions or blankets for your knees or your ankles, you can do so. And coming up, and let's first release our wrists because that's quite demanding on the wrists. So just bringing your hands forward, palms facing down. Inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, bring them down. Let's do 2 more rounds. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Well done, and you can make a fist, thumbs, wrap your fingers around and just rotate your wrists slowly 3 times. The slower the rotation, the deeper the stretch. And reverse. And relax. Now we're going to do a seated twist, also known as Vakrasana. So here, you're going to straighten one leg and bend the other knee, placing the foot next to the knee. Now, if you cannot get your foot next to the knee, it's okay if your foot is further forward. So since I have bent my left knee in this case, my left hand is going to go as close to my lower back as possible, helping lengthen the entire spine from the base to the top. And then I take my opposite hand, in this case the right hand, and I hug that knee. Now, you can either hug it or you can hook it. One note of caution about hooking your elbow around your knee, which is that if, suppose you have a short thigh or a short upper arm, we can have a tendency to hunch forward to get our elbow around. Now this compromises the posture, so make sure that if you're choosing the hooking option, you can actually maintain an upright posture. Otherwise, you can hug it. The leg that's straight, pull the kneecaps down, pull the toes towards you so that the muscles are activated. Then holding the thigh and placing pressure on the other hand, you pivot yourself around, twisting at all 3 levels of the spine. So your lumbar, thoracic and cervical spine should all be twisting, not just the upper parts of the spine. That's why we have the lower hand. It assists with twisting the lower spine. So we keep breathing here. We're holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And release. And now letting your left knee drop to the ground gently. You can pull your foot as close to your groin as you're comfortable. And we're going to transition into Janu Shirsasana, or an asymmetrical forward bend. So here you're going to keep your hands on your thighs. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, bend forward, sliding your hands, trying to keep your lower back as straight as possible, so you're hinging or bending from your hips. And when you get as far as you possibly can, just hinging from the hips, hold on to your calf muscles, or if you can reach your feet, you can hold on to your feet and just bend forward, keeping your gaze on your toes. And we're going to hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale, come up, hands besides the body. Well done. Extend your leg, your left leg or whichever leg was bent, and now bend the opposite foot. So you're going to bend at the knee, placing the foot next to the other knee if you can. And since we've bent the right knee in this case, the right hand is going to be placed behind the body, lifting up the spine, choosing to hug or hook your knee, grabbing hold of it. Remember to activate your other leg, so kneecap down, toes pulled towards you, and twist your body around, looking as far over your shoulder as you can. Keep breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we're going to release the posture. Let the knee drop down. We're moving from Vakrasana, or a seated twist, into an asymmetrical forward bend, or Janu Shirsasana. So once again, inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, slide your hands forward. You can grab hold of your calf or your toes, whatever is comfortable for you, keeping your spine straight, hinging from the hips, keeping your gaze on your toes, and just come down as close as you can, bringing your stomach towards your thighs. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can, to deepen the forward bend. And we're going to hold it here for 5. Breathe, feel the stretch in your hamstring. 4, 3, you'll also feel a nice stretch in your lower back. 2, and 1. Well done. Come up, bringing your hands back, spine upright, and we're going to relax. So just extend both of your legs, place your hands behind your body, and rest. And from here, we're just going to do an easy forward bend to release our lower back, because the last few were a little strong. So just keeping your knees bent, spine upright. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, hug your knees and rest here. You can drop your head onto your knees or put your chin on your knees and just let your head relax. Relaxing the shoulders, the back. And bringing your head upright. And now we'll transition into laying down postures. We're now going to do bridge pose, Setu Baddhasana. So here we lie on our back, arms besides our body, palms flat on the floor. Your heels are a little bit away from your buttocks, and we keep our feet hip width apart. Now, some of you may have learned this holding your ankles. You are welcome to do this if you can do the posture with the correct alignment, but please know that the ankle needs to stack underneath the knee. So the knee and the ankle have to be in alignment when we lift our hips up, which is why it's better if you take your heels away a little bit to allow for the correct alignment. So here we're going to lift our hips up as high as we can, and we'll bring our hips down. So we're going to do 3 rounds dynamically, and then we will hold the 4th round. Now here, if you have any severe challenges around your neck or shoulders, do it with care. It can actually be quite good for a lot of tightness in the neck and shoulders, but if you have an injury, you may want to avoid this. Inhale, let's lift our hips up as high as you can. That may be this high for some, that may be this high for some. And exhale, bring the hips down. 2 more times. Inhale as high as you can, hips up. Deep breath in, exhale and down. Inhale, deep breath, expanding the belly and the chest. Exhale and down. Well done. So that's 3 rounds dynamically. You can continue dynamically. If you have the strength, you can hold the next round. Inhale, lift up, and let's hold it for 5, 4. You can take deep belly breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale slowly, lowering the spine and relaxing the back. Well done. Keeping your feet as they are, we're now going to do a laying spinal twist. So you're going to bring your arms out wide at shoulder height. If you can, bring your palms flat on the floor, shoulders on the ground. So we inhale in the center and exhale. Let your knees drop to the right and turn your head to the left. And we're holding it here, so keep breathing for 5 counts. And inhale, bringing the head back to center, knees to center. Exhale, knees to the other side, head to the other side. And inhale, bring your knees back to center, head to center, and we're going to finish off with Supta Baddha Konasana, which is like a laying butterfly position. So you bring your feet together and inhale, let your knees come out wide. If you want, you can stretch your arms up, and we're going to rest here. If it feels difficult for your knees to hold this posture for long, you can tuck in a cushion underneath either knee. You're welcome to close your eyes and relax.
And slowly bringing your arms down and your knees back to center. Just doing this carefully. May feel a little different. Bringing both your knees to your chest, hugging the knees. You can gently rock from side to side. You can even rock back and forth. Just massaging the lower back. And resting in Shavasana. Just adjust yourself on the mat. If you want, you can remove your glasses, grab a blanket. You may put a thin pillow under your head if you want, but nothing that lifts the head up too high. And relax. Consciously release any tension. Slowly scan through your body from top to bottom. And try and let go of any tension or tightness in any body part. And once you're done, you can rest.
And slowly coming back to your body, wriggling your fingers and toes. Turning over to your right side, you can bend your knees, placing your hand underneath your head. You can use your other hand to assist with balance. Slowly coming up into a comfortable seated posture. You can continue to keep your eyes closed, and we'll continue the pranayama that we did in the previous class. Alternate nostril breathing, also known as Nadi Shodhana or Anulom Vilom. So you're going to fold the first two fingers of your right hand, so that's your index and middle finger. Taking your thumb, block your right nostril, exhale from the left nostril. Inhale from the left nostril, blocking off the left, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right, exhale from the left. Inhale left, exhale right, and continue. Making this your last round. And when you're done, you can relax your hands back on your knees or in your lap. And if you wish to meditate, this is a good time to meditate, or you can do your Kriya practice. Otherwise, we'll transition into closing prayer. Bringing your palms together, and we will chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, offering peace to yourself and your loved ones and the entire world. Taking a deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rubbing your palms together, generating warmth. Placing your palms over your eyes. And letting your hands come back down. Feeling gratitude for all the grace and blessings in your life. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining for this 2-part series in our class, and hope to see you again soon.